I'm standing on the swim deck of a Sunseeker Manhattan 55. Super excited to be here today to take a look at this with you. It's my first Manhattan tour, and we've been lucky enough for Sunseeker Australia to let me take a look at this one today. This has been a very popular boat, of course, for Sunseeker, and the 55 replaced the 52, which was hugely successful. So we're going to take a look at every part of this boat today. So let's get started with the tour. So let's start with some really clever design by Sunseeker. I love the way they do this in some of their transoms, where we've got a really clever use of space here in the transom door, which is a fold-up electric grill. You know, sometimes you don't want to cook inside or on the flybridge. I'd love to be cooking down here, something I've caught, some burgers or something. So I think that's a great place to pop some drinks and get involved near the water. We've got this little fold-out bench seat. You could pop a cushion on there if you want, and that connects you nicely to what's happening at the rear of the boat. And then, of course, this whole section will fold up and out, and that gives you place for your tender, which we can lower down on this platform as well. So that's super clever. You might have also noticed that we've got this area here where we've got a shower built into the transom, and that's of course super handy when you're jumping in and out of salt water all day. You just want to freshen yourself up. You've got that facility there. But let's move up port side onto the cockpit, and here we've got, you know, a classic cockpit arrangement with this lovely C-shaped dining area. You can see that that table leaps in and out. That hatch just to my forward there is where our engines are going to be. And this is all lovely and open plan. We've got a connection into the aft galley through this window section, which goes up and down. That's fantastic. And then we've got access forward, and we'll go and have a look at that a little later, to the port side. And then we've also got access both to the flybridge and the foredecks on the starboard side. But why don't we come inside before we do that and have a look in the main deck salon. One of the things I think Sunseeker do particularly well is their use of materials and contrast, and to create a really, you know, modern contemporary aesthetic. This aft galley is well appointed. You can see there we've got the 4-burner electric hob just there, oven there, and I like the way that the sinks here, if I just pull that up, you'll notice there's a little area underneath that, but this is also draining, and it's also a larger sink section. So I think that's pretty clever as well. And you can be facing back, joining in the fun with everybody else and not missing out on what's going on. Dishwasher just there. These are areas for things like your bins. That will be cutlery in under there. It's terrific. Above head, of course, we've got all our areas for things like our cups and everything else that you need on board. And then over here, you might have missed it as we came in, we've got a wine fridge, and we've got some drawers, some more storage. I think this is super clever. They push open and closed like that. There's 4 of those. And then if I move around this way, what do you think's behind those big drawer sections? I reckon if you said cooling, then you'd be right, and you should win a cooling chest full of beer. If that was a prize, you would have won it. There's 4 of these. I'm going to guess you could probably have one of these set up as a freezer, and some just as refrigeration. Often that's the case with some of the manufacturers. Behind here will be a little fire extinguisher and a little area like that. Lovely little shelving with the fiddles just there. And then one small step up into this lounging dining area. Love the way Sunseeker do their lighting. You know, you've got this kind of diagonal kind of, let me just move, there we go. We've got this sort of diagonal like XY use up there of the LED stripping. I think that looks really nice. And they kind of play that as well down on the table with these metallic inlays set into that solid timber. That looks particularly nice as well. But a really nice lounging area. If I spin around here, you can see that that's positioned directly opposite the television. And there's an ottoman there, like a rectangular one, and you would move that around, slide that underneath that table, and that would give you dining for everybody that's on board. That's positioned next to the helm, which is like this. And we've got this fantastic big two-piece windscreen to look out of. Feels huge. In fact, those sections are really big. But we've got everything you'd expect. We've got the engine controls just there. We've got our thrusters there. We've got two Simrads. I think they're the 15-inch Simrads. The Fusion sound system controls are here somewhere. That's a wireless charging pad. Everyone wants one of those these days, and you've got that on this boat. And an adjustable Sunseeker steering wheel. Great helm position, has the bolsters, and I'd probably sit if I was in control of this one. All right. So whilst we're here, let's move down to the lower deck and take a look at the accommodation. We've got a 3 stateroom, 2-head layout, and the first of those staterooms, I think you'd call the VIPs, in the bow of the boat. Very, very nice. Large island, double, with some storage underneath, and good amounts of hanging lockers as well. These are on a little pull-out mechanism like that. Very nice, isn't it? Nice spec with some drawers underneath there. There's one of those there, and the same over there. And if I pull this door closed, you can see that we've got television just there, and we've got the same lovely strip LED lighting that you saw in the cockpit as well. Those two hatches, of course, they're in the foredecks. They're uncovered at the moment. That's why you've got such nice natural light coming in here this morning. Nice window sections with a couple of opening portholes on both sides. I think that's particularly nice. What do you think of the contrasting materials down here? I think it's pretty nice. You've got two types of timber, some lighter ones where you've got big areas so that it doesn't sort of feel too closed in, and then you've got these accent over here, which is probably more like a dark walnut or something of that type. This might be like an elm. Someone will tell me what it is. I'm not a timber expert, but it's very, very nice. There's a ensuite, which is also the day head to the VIP, and that looks like this. You can see poking out there's our toilet. We've got a nice vanity area just here with lots of mirrored storage, just like that. We're up against another Sunseeker, so you're not getting a great view, are you? But there's a nice window section there, and a pretty good rainfall shower too, with a retractable wand. So that's a very nice ensuite head, and as you can see, I'm walking back out, and that serves as the day head, and also services the second of the staterooms, which is this one that I'm in here. So this is obviously set up as two singles. Very, very nice headroom, in fact. There's not a mirror to show you, but there's a good 8 or 9 inches above my head, so I'd say 6'3" or 4" of headroom. Not too bad at all, actually. And nice window sections. You can see the morning sun's bouncing around in here. It's pretty nice, isn't it? You'd be pretty comfortable down here as an adult if you were. but for younger guests, this would be perfect. They've got their own good size hanging locker like that, which is really nice. You can enjoy watching something on the TV that we've got here. Of course, it's fully air conditioned, those controls are just there. But that's a great little cabin. Really, for a third cabin, nothing wrong with that at all. Lovely. Okay, the last cabin, of course, is the owner's, and that's just ahead of us here. It has its own ensuite head, which is positioned just above the sort of the sleeping area, and that's got again a really nice rainfall shower like that. You've got a window there just above the toilet. The lighter timber that they've used in the cabinetry here is very, very nice. And there's the basin and tapware, really, really nice quality. And a big illuminated mirror with me in there. And if we step down, you get to enjoy the view of this owner's cabin. There's a little area, actually just before we get to all of that here, which is lovely. It's like a little library area. You can pop anything there, I reckon, if you wanted. This behind here is just storage. Sometimes I've seen those fitted out with little fridges for the owners, and I reckon you could ask for that if you wanted it. Set it up as a little coffee station as well if you've got some power there. But it's a lovely cabin. What do I like about it? I like this integrated chaise lounge. Someone will tell me that's not how you say it, but that's how I say it. In this area here, if you were to wake up and someone was kind enough to bring you a coffee, and you've got this big window section here, that's a bit nice, isn't it? To spend the first half an hour of your day, that'd be pretty good. Wouldn't mind that. Very, very nice. Big queen-sized island bed. Again, really nice use of different elements in the interior. We've got, as you can see here, we've got that darker timber, we've got metal inlays, a gloss, and then a more matte leather finish, and then another finish here. It does all work super, super well. And so to this side, in front of us, we've got a very large, I'm going to guess that's probably 55-inch television with some storage underneath it. And then over here, we've got all of our storage for all your clothes and etc. Things that you might want to bring away with you. These will be opening drawers if I can work out how to open them. All these mechanisms are different on every boat. Oh, there you go. There's lots of those. Great big window section. I won't open every drawer, but I think you get the gist of it. It's very nice. And we almost forgot this very nice hanging locker. Good size. And it actually extends back a little bit. So a nice amount of hanging space for the owner. Good stuff, isn't it? All right, let's head out of here and let's head up to the Flybridge. Here we are, lovely day at the show and a lovely view from this Flybridge. There's a couple of really nice zones that they've achieved with the design. The first of those is this area forward where you've got a nice C-shaped little lounging spot just there. That'd be a nice spot to be, wouldn't it, if we're underway. And that's really nicely positioned next to the helm. 2-seat helm, similar configuration and instrumentation to what we saw in the main deck. Often people prefer to helm from the Flybridge just because of its position and your ability to see the full length of the boat when you're trying to get it into a marina and berth it. As you can see, it's pretty good down the entire length of the boat from this position. But really we're here to take a look at the socialising spaces. So forward of here we've got another place where you can sit yourself. That's not a bad spot just there. If you're underway, you could have your back up against that and stretch yourself out. Really, really nice. And then back, we've got this area where we've got a bigger lounging area, a table that leafs out like, whoops, like this. That's a very solid, heavy teak table, I've got to say. And so that'll leaf all the way open so you can have a large dining table. And then just ahead of that, we've got somewhere to entertain. So underneath here, we've got a sink like that. And I'm going to guess, now this isn't fitted with it, but I reckon you'd be able to spec that with a grill, or some people want to say that they're barbecues. I usually say barbecue. Underneath these two doors, we've got a refrigerator and we've got an ice maker. So you're pretty well catered for. And remember, we do have that electric grill off the transom. So if you did need, a grill, you do at least have that one. We're underneath the bimini. So we're really well shaded today, but if you didn't want to be shaded, you can fold this all the way back and be enjoying the full sun. But a terrific place to come and enjoy your boat from the Flybridge. Let's take that view in. Fantastic. Now the last spot to show you is the engine room. So let's pop ourselves down here and have a look at what we've got. So this Manhattan 55's fitted with a pair of Volvo Penta 800 horsepower D13s. It's on IPS pod drives, and if I just swing around, you'll be able to see a bit more of what's in here. That cylinder up there, that's for the hot water. Just ahead to the right there, you can see the generator. Just looking around to find that's the fuel tanks over there. Just looking to see where the batteries are. More than likely through there. Some switching. Pretty good headroom actually. It's not the biggest, but certainly not the most cramped engine room I've been in for a 55. But all very nice. I'm going to pop some performance numbers up on screen for you now, so you get the gist of those. But all in all, very nice. It's good to come down and take a look at the engine rooms when we get the opportunity to do it. It's good that we did today. All right, let's head back out of here and we'll wrap up. Well, that's the 2023 Sunseeker Manhattan 55. I really liked it. I love Flybridges. Sunseeker, I think, do them super well. Everything you'd expect, such good quality, clever, innovative designs. They're a real treat, aren't they? Who wouldn't love one? If you like this video, leave me a comment. You can just say, thanks, Scott, like it. That really tells YouTube that you're into this content, and that helps grow the channel. And when the channel grows, that gives me the opportunity to get access to the best possible boats and make the most fun content. So do that, I'd appreciate it. But I think we'll leave it there, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye for now.